Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Brooklyn Double Shade 10 Light Mobile Pendant. This is going to be the 131155. Lots of other Brooklyn fixtures in the line, as well as some great sconces that I think will go with this pretty well. Let's get into the size of the body of the fixture itself, and we're talking about an individual one to begin with, and that's coming in at 6.4 inches from the bottom of the fixture to where the cable is going to start. Remember, that's just for one singular one. When you put all the 10 lights together, we're going to talk about the diameter of all of them together, and that's coming in at 38 inches. We do custom sizes too, so if you wanted to go to 56 inches or 24 inches or something like that, you can always email us and say you're looking at the 131155 and tell us what you're thinking about. We'll send that information to the customs department to get an answer for you. We do it all the time, so it's not a big deal to ask. Okay, why don't we talk about overall heights? Now we're going to talk about what you can attain from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling itself, and you got some really good ranges here. Both of them are starting at 14.5. The standard is going to go 14.5 all the way to 86, and that's ceiling to bottom of fixture. Second one is going to be the long version. That's going to be 14.5 to 140 inches long. We also do custom length. So if you need this to be longer than 140 inches all the way to a second story, we can do pretty easily. Same deal as before. Send me an email. Tell me you're looking at 131155. Tell me exactly what you're looking for, and then I will send that to the customs department. We'll get an answer for you. I wanted to hit on some little details on this. This is coming in at 34.2 pounds, so it's not overly heavy. The fixture is not slope ceiling adaptable, so you cannot use this on a slope. If you are in a situation with a slope, it'd be a good idea to email me or call me, and I can kind of walk you through what we can do for you. The glass on this is going to be Hubbardton Forge's opal glass. It's an opaque white glass. I'll talk more in detail about that in just a little bit. And why don't we talk about canopy up in the ceiling? So the canopy up in the ceiling is going to be 12.3 inches in diameter. It is about that thick. It's holding a transformer that's going to transform your line voltage in your house or your building down to low voltage, which is going to safely pass through those cables down to those individual Brooklyn pieces. When you look at that piece on the top, that canopy, you're going to notice a couple things. So you're going to notice you have some finish things going on here. So you'll notice you have a choose your finish option. So when you look at the canopy, the bottom of it, the flat round plate, is called the face plate. That's facing down. That is going to be in the same finish as what you just chose in your choose your finish, as well as those bars, the bars that are kind of making this into a mobile. And then down below, when you get to the Brooklyn piece itself, the outer shade, the higher outer shade, is going to be part of that choose your finish. And then you notice there's a choose your accent, and that's going to be the secondary shade that's coming in right underneath it. So you'll be able to do them in the same finish, or you can do them in contrasting finishes. Most people do them in a contrasting finish. I tend to like it that way, but it's really up to you how that all happens. Now what's at the very top of this canopy is called a can, and that's going to be the round part that's touching the ceiling. That is always going to be in black. And then on that faceplate, you're going to see 10 of these little things called grippers. And grippers, they do exactly what they sound like. They grip the cables as you're going in. So you can push those cables in and they'll stay, and then you can actually back them out too. So you can use your thumbnail. You can press into those grippers and they'll release, and you can kind of slowly pull those cables down, because you're going to want to adjust these pieces down below and get them exactly the way you want them to be. The little grippers, which are also called strain relief, are always going to be in a polished nickel. So lots of little details about all of that. Okay, why don't we talk about socket on this and what you can use for lamping on it. Remember, you've got 10 of these lights, so you're going to get a lot of light out of this any way you cut it. It's going to be using G4 sockets, and G4 sockets obviously use G4 LEDs. No halogens in this, strictly LEDs. You're going to be using a 4-watt LED. A 4-watt LED is about the equivalent of a 25-watt incandescent bulb. So again, add it up, you've got 10, so it's going to produce quite a bit of light for you. The couple things about that too. So those 4-watt LEDs, the G4s, easy to find. You can find them at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware. We tend to find them really easily on Amazon, because I want to be able to really dictate a couple things about them. If they can dim, color, the light coming out of them, very, very important to us here. So you're going to notice if you did go on Amazon and you just put in G4, I guess just G4 LED, 4-watt LED, and up pops a big page. It's going to give you lots of different options, and the bulbs can even look a little bit different. So you're going to notice they're going to offer them to you in something called 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be a super yellow light, which can be very pretty. And they're also going to offer these to you in something called daylight. And daylight sounds like it should be a warm light, like a sunny day, but it's not. It's basically that bluish white overcast day in a hospital waiting room light. That's the bluish white light, and that's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is what I talk about all the time, and that's warm white, soft white, which will be offered to you as well, and that's going to be 3,000 Kelvin. So that's what we like to use here. The lights above me on this desk are 3,000 Kelvin warm white, soft white LEDs, and you can see how nice this looks. So it has the same nice glow as an incandescent bulb. So, and then very important on top of all that, just make sure wherever you get these, it is a dimmable bulb, and you tell your installer about that so they use the right dimmer on the wall for you. I want to touch base on Hubbardton Forge's opal glass for just a second. So all of Hubbardton Forge's glass to begin with is going to be hand blown. This piece is hand blown first in clear. Then they're going to come in and they're going to blow another layer of white glass on the inside of this. The third step is they're going to take and they're going to sandblast the whole thing on the inside and the outside. That's going to give you this beautiful, mellow, translucent, milky piece of glass. When you look at this, and you can see the layers are actually piled up on the inside of this. Hubbardton Forge is very obsessed about details on all of their pieces, including their glass, and that's why you're here, because you're probably just as obsessed about little details as well. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway, because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.